The start from Bridgnorth station is quite a difficult one for a steam engine. You're straight onto a bank of about 1 in 70. If you can get the engine away without slipping, it always helps, because you usually find that all the other drivers are lined up along the fence waiting for you to make a mistake. So if you get away without slipping, you're one up on all the others. My family have been railwaymen now for 5 generations. I suppose I was brainwashed in the cradle. My earliest memories of going to bed as a child were lying in bed on a summer evening listening to trains going past.
By now, passengers in the restored restaurant car are being served their main course. Most Severn Valley trains carry refreshment vehicles of some sort.
When I was at school, I always wanted to go on the railway. My parents were dead against it, but eventually they saw that this is what I wanted to do, so I went on the booklet. Possibly bank managers' parents don't relent in the first 12 months, mine did.
I suppose it's every schoolboy's ambition to be an engine driver, at least it was when I was a child. And my parents never given permission for me to join the railway at that time. And this ambition died, or rather got squashed. But this is one way of achieving one's childhood ambition of driving a railway engine, if that's the only way for me that I ever achieved it.
A small ferry connects the village of Hampton Road, on the far side of the River Severn, with its railway station. Hampton Road, 4.5 miles from Bridgnorth, is the first passing place for trains on the railway. As the line is single track throughout, it is divided into sections controlled by a signal box at each end. Before entering each section, the driver must be in possession of the correct token, which ensures no other train can be on that stretch of track. At the next station, he hands over the token to the signalman, who requires him to unlock the signals to allow another train into the vacated section.
The next train to ride at platform 2 will be the 13:15 departure from Newley. Please go forward to Bridgnorth at 13:52.
Tickets, please.
The village of Highley, with its ancient church, was developed extensively to house the mining community.
At Highley, again, we change tokens. The fireman leans over the side, catches the new one off the signal one, drops off the one that we brought from Hampton Road to the signalman. The fireman should then obviously check that he's got the right token, tell the driver so, that it is the right token, and then looks back along the train waiting for the guard's hand signal that we're ready to start. I think there's probably a general romance of railways. They summed up adventure, they summed up excitement, they summed up going on holiday, and the steam engine was the crown of the railway. I think this is why everybody wanted to be an engine driver when they were children. he's the chief actor in the play. Young children going off on holiday were excited, they'd gone to the seaside, so on. The man that made it all possible was the engine driver, the man that was going to take them there.
Between Highley and Arley, we leave Shropshire and enter Worcestershire as the line closely follows the course of the river.
The appeal of a steam engine is because it's a great big beautiful monster. I suppose it's no more impressive than a Great Liner or a Boeing 707 or something like this, but it's far more human than evil. It's a living thing.
I use the trains for getting to and from town to go shopping, very handy. I live in a very small village, which is now owing to the bus services being cut so dramatically that we are now more isolated than we have been in the last 100 years, I would think. And so it's obviously very useful going shopping and to the doctors, the hairdresser, anything like that.
Having travelled the 12.5 miles from Bridgnorth, it is sometimes hard to believe that the whole railway, with 7 stations, over 30 locomotives, and an hourly train service at weekends for 9 months of the year, is made possible by a group of people who do it for a love of trains and a pride in their railway.
The Severn Valley Railway is a combination of so many things which are attractive to me. There is the basic attraction of a railway system. There is the basic attraction of steam locomotives. It's nice to be part of a large body of people, some of whom are paid, some of whom are not paid, trying to preserve something which we all think deserves to be preserved. I don't think we're so altruistic that we do it all in order to provide pleasure for other people. Obviously, the prime thing is to give pleasure to ourselves, but it's always nice to know that by pleasing yourself, you're also pleasing a lot of other people.